Hello. This is the King Channel TV. I am sitting in for the King. This is a continuation of our series, Can We Save Women's Sports? In part 1 of the series, we examined the struggle women face in getting top pay in basketball at both the college and professional levels. In part 2 we will discuss the playing field upon which the elite powers of our society are forcing girls and women to compete. Biological males versus biological females. We will look at this from the areas of track and field and swimming. Track and field and swimming are the two most grueling and disciplined sports there is, especially where training is concerned. About 10 years ago, the King's dad owned a youth track and field club for 6 to 18-year-olds. He always encouraged the parents to enroll their children in swimming lessons at the end of the track and field season. He did this because swimming, as well as track sprints and distance runs, work every muscle in the body. He felt this would help keep the young athletes in shape and ready for the next track and field season. Thinking back, he wonders if it was all worth it for the girls. In track and field, athletes competing for championships and the Olympic trials have to meet qualifying standards based on gender. High school girls and college young women work hard to meet the various qualifying standards required to enter their competitions. More and more, we are seeing biological males who cannot meet the qualifying standards for the men divisions come along, posing as women, join the competition and crush the hope of these girls and women of ever obtaining a championship. Just how are biological males eligible to compete in women's sports? The various sports governing bodies, like USAE Track and Field Association, International Association of Athletics Federations, and International Swimming Federation, grant them this eligibility because of the measurement of their testosterone levels, not because of their claimed gender. The athlete must also publicly declare that they are female and cannot rescind that for at least 4 years. Is the playing field uneven? We will look at the backgrounds of 2 male to female transgender athletes who obtained their championships in women's sports. First is CC Telfer, born in Jamaica as Craig Telfer. In 2016 through 2017, Telfer competed, without success, in the Men's National Collegiate Athletic Association Division II 400 meters at Franklin Pierce University. This was his last year competing as a male. After coming out and transitioning as a woman, Telfer was allowed to compete in the women's division. In June 2019, Telfer took first place in the women's division 400-meter hurdles, winning the National Collegiate Athletic Association title with a time of 57.53 seconds. Earlier in the day, he earned All-America First Team honors in the 100-meter hurdles. Critics of his transition to women's track and field point out Telfer's failure to finish in the top 300 in the men's Division III championships in 2017. Telfer spoke about his experience and his championship. See the upcoming video.
What does that feel like? What was that experience like for you?
It was a very powerful moment. I really wanted to make my coach proud, and I knew that going into the finals, I was pretty strong in it. But it felt pretty powerful and empowering and just free. As far as my teammates and coaches, like I said before, they all opened up to me and they were like, "We've been waiting for this since freshman year. You were never that person. When you introduced yourself as the person that you were before, we were like, okay, we'll go with it. It's new. We'll go with it." So when I finally realized that hey guys, this is me, they were like, "Yeah, we've been known. What's new?" We're happy for you. We're here for you. They supported me 100% all the way. So it was kind of surprising at the same time because I was ready. I had my guards up and I was ready to fight back, full blown. But to be immediately welcomed with open arms was it was caught off guard. I've been doing track my whole life. I've been running track since I was pretty much in grade school. My mom and I travel back and forth from Canada to Jamaica, and Jamaica is known for track and field. So I've been in the school system in Jamaica, and a big part of their athletic culture is running and sports. So I've been competing there in Jamaica, I competed in Canada, and now I'm here in it's just been a part of my life.
The debate around transgender athletes is back. A college athlete in the United States of America who was born a man has just won a national running title as a woman. Transgender woman CC Telfer was born and raised as Craig. In 2016 and 2017, Craig was ranked outside the top 200 runners in college athletics, went up against male athletes. But now in 2019, after changing gender to female, CC has just won a national championship. CC Telfer, now running in the Franklin Pierce University women's track and field team, won the women's 400-metre hurdles at the US College Division II Championships. She absolutely blitzed the field. I mean, it was dust behind CC Telfer.
Next we will look at Lia Thomas, a male-to-female transgender swimmer, born in Texas as Will Thomas. In 2018 through 2019, when competing in the men's team at the University of Pennsylvania, Thomas ranked 554 in the 200 freestyle, 65 in the 500 freestyle, and 32 in the 1650 freestyle. In 2021 through 2022, when competing in the women's team, Thomas ranked 5 in the 200 freestyle, first in the 500 freestyle, with a time of 4:33, and 8 in the 1650 freestyle. Thomas became the first openly transgender athlete to win a National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I championship in any sport. Thomas's 2022 National Collegiate Athletic Association Championship was his last college swimming event. By the end of Thomas's swimming career at the University of Pennsylvania, his rank in the 500 freestyle had moved from 65th on the men's team up to first on the women's team. The number of transgender male-to-female athletes participating in women's sports is growing. Like Telfer and Thomas, they are racking up victories, shaking up women's sports, and giving it a face that many cannot fathom. The National Collegiate Athletic Association and many high school athletics associations have rules to allow transgender athletes to play team sports. So, can we save women's sports on the high school and college levels? Maybe we can. More than 30 states have bills to force transgender athletes to play on teams for their sex assigned at birth. On the elite level there appears to be more hope. In a surprise move, the International Swimming Federation approved a new policy that will restrict most transgender athletes from competing in elite women's aquatics competitions. The policy, which went into effect on June 20, 2022, states that male-to-female transgender athletes will only be eligible to compete in the women's categories in the International Swimming Federation competitions if they transition before the age of 12 or before they reach stage 2 on the puberty-Tanner scale. The International Swimming Federation has also agreed to work on establishing an open category that will allow all athletes to compete. Another piece of good news is the governing bodies of other sports, like track and field, are preparing to follow the path of the International Swimming Federation. Those who are men 1 year and in 2 years decide they are women will have a great challenge in their effort to overpower women's sports. This new rule brings us a long way in our hope of saving women's sports. That's all for now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the King Channel TV. I thank you and the King thanks you. Have a great day and continue to enjoy women's sports.